Poems 1 through 99. 1. Lowly harp sounds of joy down in my heart, since I was a little boy. 2. Brandish your hold, throw away distress. Your strength has grown old, you elude and digress. All is a show of simple script, always one side is together against, with hands to shake and feel a grip. Great neighbors, or such, are only so, once they are fenced. If we shall borrow what we have not read, let us wait for tomorrow to receive the next day's bread. It shall soon be as it is, or is not, never will be. All that is may last eternally. But when there is a change, no doubt something ends. So live as lived respectfully, thy neighbors treated as friends, and no friendship turned strange. 3. Passed along, moving all fours, lent to sense a fall. Walked through austere hours, pressing my head to the wall. So I guess I'm weighing my duties and my affairs, after a night or more staying long enough to comb my hair. 4. Transient to this behavior and yet unmoved, my reed won't waver, the end unproved. If that's not funny, how can I make myself laugh? I could promise all my money and still be left with half. So this be an exile, no tent in this camp. The sun dries my eyes of a little dab of the damp. If that's so amusing, hinder no abuse. Think again who is losing, and who will refuse. Waiting for some sign that marks the return, bond yet unbroken, lesson yet unlearned. If that's no joke, no reason not to smile, no life's justifications, have faith without guile. 5. A forgotten thought? I had it not, so says my memory. If I cannot recollect, how shall I expect any recovery? A torn page, worn by age, scrolls of scrawled words, under file, atop the pile, the curdling of curds. 6. The sun has taken its place with the clouds. Truth is told, but no one dares speak it loud. A coy remark made here and there, never so bold to object. Look at the waters of life, what do they reflect? Had a dream, had to be 5 years, but nothing was said. Believing in the man I saw, fearfully unafraid. Once changed by the things surrounding me, I allowed them in my life. They corrupted the temple of my belief, sat idle, quiet, and content, constantly in favor of my peers. This world to live in, silence of tears. Reduced to nothing, shame could not overpower me, though I know I've been wrong in my heart. At the instant I asked, I was free. Have mercy on me, Lord, a hopeless sinner. 7. Our thin king is nimble all the way to his fingers. He plays with a thimble while war's threat lingers. We need a fat king post haste. He needs a cow's waist. He should be able to pull a cart with his cow's heart. Our thin king is inert. He expresses little in action, but he acts like an expert of his pondering attraction. A fat king sits at feasts with 50 knights and 50 beasts, spilling wine on the rugs and dropping scraps for us dogs. 8. Man, when you lose your life, who will raise you up? Art thou chained, yet kept within reach? There is much to learn, words try to teach. Don't be swayed by flattering speech. Practice discernment for all and for each. 9. Another amazing end to another glorious day. From the western bank the sun sifts its light, gracefully gliding over the water and clay, until half the earth rests for the night. To wake to a mixture of blue and gray, to sleep and regain our earthly might. Daily we witness these celestial spectacles, out welcoming the sun's lovely embrace. Then inside we escape nightly debacles, while the earth cools one side of its face. To dwell within our respected tabernacles, to abide hopefully in a private place. The last wondrous instants as the sun sinks low, I gather my thoughts both new and old. A piercing beam shoots forth a golden glow, my hands rest from work, in prayer I fold, to give thanks to the loving kindness I know, to receive mercy for my backslidings into the cold. 10. Clouds building on the edge of town, they be overhead tonight. People is boarding up their windows, locking their doors, and keeping out of sight. I need no false sense of being warm. I'm out there, braving the storm. The same rain falls on the mansions and the shacks. Some creep out onto the porch, others peer through the cracks. First clasp and they crawl back like worms, while others are out there, braving the storm. Wouldn't pay your pride for prevention, now you're selling your soul for a cure. The fire could start again if you'd give the ashes a stir. There is a promise for those who mourn. They will laugh for loved ones who braved the storm. 11. Far is my aim, beyond the banked horizon and sea, from whence the wind came to wherever it shall be. 12. The prospect of uncertainty supersedes and is related to that which leads a man to recount what is known, numbering the seeds he has sown, seldom shy of work or unable to sleep. If a man has sown the seeds he reaps, shining over the moon, envy of the stars. The sun surpasses new heights, raising old bars. 13. I have been given time to watch its pace, slow and fast, a time for none, a time for all, no rise in tempo or sudden fall, it merely walks up to and past. The day reaches an hour, the bells give their chime. What has been gained in revisiting more than what I remember, reaching out, gripping a memory to shed light on the mind's imagery? It is black, void, and tender. I do not raise my eyes, giving into its insisting. Now I have thought, now do I recall thoughts from before, looking forward from the back, always wanting out of lack. I've had some, and I'll have some more. The price has been lowered, but they still cannot be bought. If I could possess myself instantly and collect all that I am, a single string could play the note. To hear that sound I devote, it is my life in hand. Played, silenced, but heard. Then infinity. 14. It cuts through to give me no rise, no lift to long laden legs, sustained labor until the sun falls behind its setting, and they lead me to my rest. Closed inside from the outer darkness, I retreat to my favorite light, to fill and to satisfy. It leaves out all that I put in. Happy am I with the result. Once burdened to stand, now relieved of stance. A poor chore brings great wealth, but the flesh is slack. Lazy eyes, sleepy hands, I yawn into my infinity. To rest and to die in fatigue, only to awake reckoning It all bears repeating. 15. Push me into the pool. Let this wash over and from me. A strong sense of failure if I emerge and see that stain still embroidered upon my breast. When I emerge to gross surroundings, looking up at the sky to see, my ears turn like the doe of the dawn before the hunter's shot, seen through the scope, encompassing grip inches up my neck, wrenching my head to the side, eyes on the crosshairs of my heart. The bullet pierces the air. Death comes into my flesh. How I abhor its existence. I have apologized and kept silent. I have bowed my head and drank from the stream. I praised the Creator and orator of life, asking forgiveness for my sins. Death will pass through. My life's work it will undo, unless I re-emerge, washed completely. 16. Master or slave, who knows the whip? Touched at the shoulder, touched at the hip. Hand held handle, back felt tip. Known and known again. Go, it says go. I go to my end. Day breaks, I bend. All for show, shown and shown again. I'm taken as so, to where I'll allow, muzzling myself, dragging the plow. 2 carry and 10 bow, the multitude I command. These are the members, truly they are dumb. Each limb has a thumb, 4 branches, 1 trunk, a stomach swollen or sunk, a head with a crop of rich grain. I follow with caution, stepping in keeping with all the wisdom spoken and still speaking. Plugging one's ears won't prevent them from leaking. Some stay, some leave, some linger, some stall. Depending on their number, the count may prove under, always to have all, but the shades shall remain. 17. Every day seems to pass as the last preceding. The dream of tomorrow shines at sunset. A haunting presence chills my soul. What is there to dream about? What will it be like? Am I actually having an idea, or am I merely experiencing one's essence? 18. I heard the words of the psalmist that ended my debate. I understood them compassionately, and now I relate. I saw the procession of the King betrayed at the feast. As such they did to the greatest, they shall do unto the least. I pleaded for a mouth to flow with waters clear, but no man gave me the words I wanted to hear. I felt upon my face and cried for my soul. Like a woman in her pangs, I did howl. 19. When the lights go out again, and the ships sail no more, when there is no rain spilling the oceans over the floor, then our omen is plain. Dark confusion has run ashore. No more love, only humor for anyone falling asleep or chasing the false rumor to live costly and murder cheap, advising the unlearned to practice torture, heaping ashes on the ash heap. Now we walk in silent processions with our doubts, cares, and fears, thinking of them as possessions until heaven's lamp reappears to shine and make known our impressions are more than our stars and our years. When the dark cloud is apparent and all the ashes have been scattered, sweeping across the world in a torrent like the land is being watered, then the 4 winds will raise a current, so by light all darkness is shattered. 20. May your dreams enlighten you on the events of the day. May they make clear any ambition leading you astray. May your day enliven you from the helpless slumber. May you live for each day, from molding bricks to sawing lumber.